Hi, I'm Chris Nickerson. I'm part of the Security B-Sides project concept. I'm not really sure what we're going to name ourselves yet, but I'm here at the B-Sides house in Las Vegas. This is now our second year of doing this. Last year, it kind of got birthed out of an idea, this whole concept of doing a conference while other conferences are going on and kind of having a safe space to relax and enjoy the company of other people and kind of get together on a much more intimate, more conversation-based level than talking at someone. So we sort of devised some of this last year, and it was birthed out of a number of things, whether it was speeches not getting accepted to Black Hat because maybe they were a little too racy, maybe they weren't contextually relevant to what's going on right then at the time, or maybe one of the people on the speaker selection panel just had a beef and didn't like that person, or whatever the myriad of reasons could be. So we said, well, since I normally rent a house in Vegas and we try and get those types of groups together, we should have it at my house. So we did this, and we had a couple of sponsors, Starro and a couple of other people, kind of helped bring this together. And what we found is that not only did we create kind of this space for people to have a very deep, meaningful conversation about security instead of having that typical kind of one-way conversation, we found that we had a whole bunch of people, about 200 people, in a centralized location, relaxing, enjoying each other's company, but really having a two-way conversation. And it was the first conference that I've been to in a very long time since the old, kind of cons of yesteryear, right? The old cons where we would all sit out by the pool and everybody would share information, and it didn't matter whether you were an executive, a hacker, a black hat, a white hat, or whatever. You were a person, you had passion, and you conversed with people. And after kind of watching that develop over the first year and the first event here in Vegas, we saw that we had some magic that none of us had seen in quite a long time, and wanted to keep that going. So after that, we said, well, we'd really like this to occur again, and it's too long to wait till we go to Vegas again. So maybe there's some other conferences that could benefit by having a space where people could really talk and really get to know one another, really get some solutions built instead of solutions sold or solutions marketed. And so what we did was create a space for that, and the next one that we did was then at RSA. So we had a beautiful space donated to us. We had a number of sponsors to help kind of support that movement. And again, we were able to take a very, very large conference that has excellent information, vast amounts of speaker tracks and things like that, and really kind of make that area of intimate connection where people who wanted to talk about something and wanted to woodshed and wanted to break their laptop out and look at code, or wanted to have a very high-end talk about business development and strategies and things like that about security, that was a conversation that would be going on right next to each other. And we found that it was kind of working. We were able to create these spaces, and the people would come in and start having these really heavy conversations that they wouldn't have at a normal conference. So then after that, the kind of team of B-Siders, which I can really say is probably 50 people. It's not like a made by me or made by Mike or made by Jack or made by, it's not made by anyone. I think it's made by the community that attends. And we were lucky enough to be there to put the hard work in the beginning, and Mike and Jack and myself and a number of others. But as we saw that we would create some of these little events, all of a sudden, it's more of the if you build it, they will come. They would come. And then we did another one. Jack said, well, South by Southwest would be a great crowd because, the whole Keep Austin Weird, and it's a very, very different scene, and there's everything from music to developers to, all these different things going on, and there's no really security bent that's going on in there. So Jack decided to pull it on. Ben, Tom, Abe, a number of other people got together. They built the venue, and all of a sudden, bam, 40, 50, 100 people come, and again, very, very good conversations around, what they're actually going to do, not just, oh my gosh, that speaker really scared me. Did they scare you? Yeah. Okay, you're weird, I don't want to talk to you anymore. This was, you have a brand new friend, there's a new, being to kind of experience and be with, and you know, people are sharing problems that they probably never even shared before with someone else. So we started to see kind of this vibe building. And as that had turned around, we realized we were on the tail of getting ready for doing now our second event here in Vegas. This year, we've been blessed completely with some absolutely amazing sponsors who are ready to change how security works. The other sponsors may go out and they'll spend, you know, 10, 15, 20, 50, $100,000 promoting parties and events and all these other things that, you know, Black Hat and RSA, and they're excellent. And they pack a nightclub full of 600 people. And out of that, you know, maybe 5 people have a conversation. Here, we have sponsors that are supporting us, and, you know, I look outside to an acre and a half of pools where there's executives talking to hackers, where there's people picking up a microphone and giving an impromptu speech while they're smoking a cigarette outside. There's tracks inside that people are packing in, and there's no scared, you know, 1 seat open, 2 seat open. People are sitting next to each other and talking about the talk. And then, you know, my favorite is the feedback from the speakers. The speakers are going, wow, I've never had my audience talk to me. This is cool. This is cool. I only got through 3 slides out of my 40, but it's the best presentation I've given. And just the feel of that and feeling the speakers appreciate the audience appreciate the speaker, has created kind of a new dawn of doing things. You know, we're really about people meeting each other and getting together and really working it out than we are, you know, big, giant, do this, do that, big PR show, whatever else. We're really about the, you know, the people, and the people who organize it, I think, prove that. So that's kind of where B-Sides originated from, and really what we're here doing is really promoting kind of the greater good and the rebirth of the original security industry, which I think was very in contact. There wasn't a lot of ego. There wasn't a lot of elitist behavior. There wasn't a lot of, I spend more money or you spend more money, that's why you should buy my product. It was people who found phones, they found ways to fix things. They were the original hackers, right? They said, I don't know how to do this, and it can't do that, and they made it work, and then they taught somebody else how they made it work. And I think that's what we're here promoting is that progress that's maybe been stifled some in the cons, and how they've evolved and gotten so big. We're bringing back teamwork.